What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Wellthy Stocks back with another video today, taking a look at Twitter stock, ticker symbol TWTR, as requested by one of you guys. It's a stock that I was monitoring a little bit, with the whole Trump ban and everything that kind of followed that. So I thought, might as well make a video on it. I did take on a recent position. So I'll kind of share my outlook on the company. We'll take a look at, some recent events that happened that caused the slump that it was in and what we could expect kind of moving into the future. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on Twitter are, or if you're invested, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let me hit record and we will get right into it. So what I have pulled up for us here is the daily chart stretching kind of back to December 2020, so about a month and a couple weeks of trading here. So what we saw was, everything was looking all right. Here we had earnings, which caused a little bit of a drop. We pushed down from kind of trading in the 50s to the 40s, dropping all the way to 39. Then it was kind of gradually making a climb up. And then that's where we kind of saw, the whole Trump ban happen, which kind of caused a lot of questions about, does big tech, does social media have too much power? And so a lot of uncertainty around that, which caused the stock price that was already kind of on heading down again right after the amount it had gone up in the previous couple of days, like this up climb here, to gap down and then really, kind of stayed down here. Now, I was actually monitoring Twitter stock just for a quick turnaround, quick swing trade. I don't own any Twitter stock in any of my portfolios. I was simply looking for a quick options play to put on, maybe a swing for a couple weeks. So let me share with you guys kind of what I see in the stock, and let me share with you guys, that position that I have currently. And then, if you guys would like to do anything with that, it is up to you. Now, let me take a look here and get the EMAs for us. Now, as you guys know, I like looking at 5 EMAs, the 8, 21, 34, 55, and 89 EMAs. And the 89 EMA to me is a very, very crucial kind of line for the stock to hold. If it's below that, I am probably not going to get into any stock that's below the 89 EMA on the daily chart. That just means it's fallen way too much compared to how it's traded previously. That being said, right, what I do is that what I would do, or what I do actually, is I monitor those stocks to see when they come above the 89 EMA, right, and how they act at the 89 EMA. Zoom is a good example of this stock that was above the 89 EMA, came above the 89 EMA, and then kind of went up nicely. And we saw something similar happening with Twitter here, where, it was below the 89 EMA, pushed up. This is kind of where I got in. When it got above, closed above, I was in. So that's what I am looking for. Let me share what I'm in right now. So I'm in the March 19th 50 call. I'm up decently already, so I would not recommend, getting into that position right now unless you feel, strongly about Twitter. But let me share with you kind of how I got there, right? So it was above the 89 EMA, closed above the 89 EMA, looked pretty strong. The next day is where the real test was, going back down to the 89 EMA, excuse me. And what we saw was the low was 46.50 and the 89 EMA was 46.86. So it quickly rebounded and closed above the 89 EMA. And then Friday we saw a nice push up again, right? So that's what I like about the Twitter stock right now. It's above the 89 EMA. It's now closed above the 8 EMA as well. The 8 EMA right now is at 47.68, which is my first line of support. So if Twitter starts to drop, tomorrow I'm looking at 47.68 as my first line of support. My second line of support is the 89 EMA, which is at 46.89. So that's what I'm, watching out for. The other thing is we've made higher highs, higher lows for 4 days now, excuse me. So the low of the previous day becomes a support point. So let's say we break below the 89 EMA here. I'm looking at the low 46.50, 46.18, 44.40. That's what I'm looking at on the downside, right? So quickly summing it up, 8 EMA 47.68, 0.2, 46.89 with 89 EMA, and then these low points here. On the upside, right, what I'm really looking for, and I'm going to draw some lines for us here, get rid of these indicators for just a second. Actually, let me just mention these 3 lines. So what I would ideally like is for the stock to take over the 21, 34, and 55 EMA, which are at 49s and then 48.60s. That's what I want the stock to do in the near future. Let me draw some horizontal lines for us here. The first one being kind of at this 48 level, right? Because if we take a look, you know, here, right, rejected a little bit. If we take a look here, you know, red candle coming off of that green candle where we pushed above and then came right at that level for good support. If we scroll back all the way to kind of the early December timeframe as well, right, it was pushing up, took a little bit, red days, and then we kind of broke out above that. That's why I think that 48 level is a pretty, you know, important level for the stock to take over. And then the other one being this 50 level, of course, as both a mental resistance, but also as a point that's held up as good support. If we go back here, right, this candle here, we had a green day, but we opened, fell to the 50, bounced, and then here when we had a giant red day, bounced and then closed at 51s, right? So I think that's my immediate sort of 2 next points for the Twitter stock. And then the one after that I'm looking at is this right here, kind of in the mid 51s again, right, that candle right there, and then these 3 candles right there kind of take me to that level. My goal for Twitter stock right now, I'm looking to hold until it reaches above $50, so that's about $2 away, and then I want to kind of see what strength it has going into $50. And that is what's going to determine, you know, whether I continue to hold my swing. I do have until March 19th, but I am looking to get out when I kind of hit my profit target. So if that happens, you know, soon, then I'm looking to get out sooner than that. So hoping for it to ride above 50, which I definitely think it could do. Staying above the 8 EMA, like I mentioned, staying above the 89 EMA, like I mentioned. Clearing this 48 for sure, staying above, coming back, bouncing as a good level of support, right? So coming up, maybe bouncing off of 50 or 48, going to 50, and then hopefully clearing 50 on its way to 51.65. That's what I'm looking at on the Twitter stock. I think it was, you know, decently oversold. If we take a look at the RSI, dipped below 30 there for a little bit, which means oversold, as you know, some of you guys probably already know. I don't personally, you know, give a lot of weight to RSI. I don't just look at the RSI and buy, but you know, at the same time, it is like a check the box confirmation type of thing for me. So let me know what you guys think of Twitter stock if you're invested, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. If there are any other stocks you want me to do, you know, drop them down in the comments and I will try to do them. With the exception of penny stocks and OTCs, I don't really trade them. I don't know how to trade them. I've never had luck trading them. So I would not, you know, be able to really assist you guys there. I don't want to make a video that isn't actually, you know, what I believe in or what I'm invested in. Most of what I make videos on are companies that I look at on a regular basis, and I, you know, usually have positions like I do in Twitter, Palantir, Apple, Tesla, or I don't have positions in Tesla currently, but I play them regularly, right? So, yeah. Drop them down in the comment section. Can't guarantee I'll get to everyone, especially if it's a company that I, you know, don't typically look at, but I can try my best to do so. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.